All the best.
So my topic is memory technology. In memory, the storing the data and the information, we go for storage devices, and in storage devices we have developed so many technologies. There are 4 main technologies: DRAM, SRAM, flash memory, and magnetic disk. DRAM is nothing but a dynamic random access memory. It is main memory is implemented from DRAM. SRAM, static random access memory. So the cache memory uses SRAM. DRAM is cost lesser than SRAM. Then we go for flash memory. Flash memory is a non-volatile memory, and magnetic disk is the largest and the slowest level in memory hierarchy. So in tabular column, shows the time and the price of per bit, which is taken recently in 2012. SRAM is from 0.5 to 2.5 nanoseconds, and its per GP rate is $500 to $1,000. DRAM semiconductors is from 50 to 70 nanoseconds, and the rate is $10 to $20. And for flash memory semiconductor, it has given as 5,000 to 50,000 nanoseconds, which rate is $0.75 to $1. And magnetic disk is up to 2 lakhs nanosecond, and the rate is $0.05 to $0.1. So the first we're going to see about SRAM, that is static random access memory. Static random access memory is an integrated circuit that are memory array with a single access port that can either read or write. So we use single integrated circuit in SRAM. So it has a fixed access time, which differs the read and write accessing time, and we don't need to be refresh this SRAM technology, so the access time is very close to the cycle time. We use 6 to 8 transistors per bit to prevent the information from being disturbed when it is read from the RAM. And storages is switched. So only a minimal amount of charge is required when we go for an SRAM chip, which are used as, so this SRAM chip is used as a primary, secondary and tertiary caches. We need to give a great thanks to Moore's law. So what is a Moore's law is at every 2 years, number of transistors must be doubled, which we came across through in our first chapter. So with the help of the Moore's law, the cache memory are integrated into a single processor, which a separate market is developed for SRAM technologies. So next we go for dynamic random access memory. It is a type of semiconductor.
Okay.
It is a type of semiconductor used for data the program code need in the processor to function, and this DRAM is used in our PC, workstation, servers and several more systems. So DRAM value kept in a cell. In DRAM, bits are stored in charges in capacitors. In DRAM, the charges stored gets leaked, and we use single transistor per bit for storage, which is denser and cheaper when compared to static random access memory. We need to refresh this periodically, so that only it is named as a dynamic random access memory, which is an opposite to the SRAM. The cycle time is no longer than the access time. So the charge in the capacitor can given several million seconds. Keep several million seconds. So if every bit we need to read or write in a DRAM, we need to refresh the RAM constantly. So this uses two level of decoding structures. This improves the performance of DRAM. DRAM buffer which act like an SRAM to access the row repeatedly. The capability of DRAM is also the capability improves the access time significantly and make the chip wider. Wider improves the memory bandwidth. For improving the interface between the processor and we add DRAM with a clock, which we get an synchronized DRAM. So advantage of SDRAM is when we use a clock, it eliminates the time for the synchronizing of a memory and the processor. And the speed advantage of SDRAM is it gives the ability to transfer the bit into the bus without giving an additional address bit. Ma'am, next one, ma'am. So in this table column, year which DRAM was introduced and up to 2012, what are the changes in chip and the rate has been given. So key by byte is nothing but 10 kilo binary bytes. As size by multiple. When we get from 1980s, we get up to 64 KB bytes, which rate up to $15 lakh. So and when the day passes, the newest technology in 2012, we get 4 gigabytes, which is $1. So which the rate is decreasing and the store capacity for the chip is also increases. The rate decreases and the accessing time for a new row or a column in a RAM is also decreased. Ma'am, next slide, ma'am. The faster version of DRAM is a double data rated synchronized dynamic random access memory, and the latest version is named as DDR4. And the DDR4 has a capacity to transfer 3200 million data per second, which is 16,000 megahertz. So when we multiply this 3200 into 8, we get our transferring capacity, that is 25,600 megabytes per second, and this is known as PC 25,600. So for example, when 4 banks they are just accessing at a time, and the access rotation between the 4 bank to supply the 4 times bandwidth. So the access rotate between the bank must be 4 times the bandwidth, and this is known as an address interleaving. All in DRAM is now being used in our personal mobile devices like iPad, iPhones, etc. And it is also used in most of the server systems, which is known as Dual Inline Memory Module, DIMS. Next we go for flash memory. Next slide now. So flash memory is a type of electrical, erasable, programmable, read-only memory. So in EEPROM technologies, when we write into a flash memory, we get an wear out. So it is an obstacle in a flash memory. To overcome this limit, most of the flash product have been now introduced some controllers in their product, and this technology is known as wear leaving. Wear leaving is a technology for prologuing the server like of some kind of erasable computer storage media like solid drivers like USB, floppy disk, and etc. Flash controller that performs leveling can improve the mapping of out memory cells that were manufactured incorrectly. So memory cell which was manufactured incorrectly can be improved by using the flash controllers. Next we go for the data disk memory. In disk memory, ma'am, picture, previous slide. The black color circle is known as an platter, and the one which is a head-like structure coming out from the platter is known as an read-write head, and the read-write head are assembled in an ARM assembler. Next one. As shown in this previous picture, the platter which rotate up to 5,400 to 15,000 RPM. So the platter is covered with a magnetic recording material on both the sides, so which act as a recording tape or a videotape. So a movable arm containing small electromagnetic coil which is help us to read or write into a platters. So the platter will be looking like a cylindrical structure. In the platter at central it will be a spindle which will be rotating. So near to the spindle there will be a circle, concentrated circle, which is known as a track, and the track which is subdivided into sectors, and that sector contains the information or the data which we write with the help of an read-write head. Read-write. Next one. So to access the data, the operator must direct the disk in 3 different stages. The first one is known as seek time. The first step is the positioning the head over the proper track. First we need to position the head in the proper track. So this is called as a seek. The time to move the head to the perfect or the proper track is known as a seek time. This disk manufacturer reports minimum seek time, maximum seek time, and average seek time in their manuals. So when we manufacturing a disk, we will be reporting three types of seek times, they are minimum, maximum and average. The first two are easy to measure. Minimum and maximum seek time can be measured, but average is open to wide interruption because it depends upon the seek distance. Average seeking time can't be measured because the distance, the seek distance, that is the arm should move into a proper track. So the distance, it depends upon the distance between the arm and the perfect track. So the industry calculate the average speed time as the sum of time of all possible seeks divided by number of possible seeks. So the average possible seek is usually advised to 3 to 30 milliseconds. Within that limit is quite advantage for us in using disk manufacturing. Once the head reaches the correct track, we must wait for the desired sector to rotate under the read or write head, and this timing is called as rotational latency or rotational delay. Once the arm has reached the correct track, we must wait for the desired sector, which is a subdivision in the track. So the duration to get the correct sector is known as an rotational latency or rotational delay. So rotational latency is nothing but an time required for the desired sector of a disk to rotate under the head. So which is usually the half of the rotation time, which is assumed as an half of the rotation time. For example, disk rotate at 5400 RPM to 15,000 RPM. So the average will be average rotation. So the average is 0.5 rotation by minimum 5400. So divided by 60, we will be getting 5.6 milliseconds. So transfer time is the time required to transfer the data flow between is the time transfer rate is at which the data flow between the driver and the computer. So it's time taken for the data to transfer between the storage device and to the computer. So in recently 2012, the transfer time is between 100 and 200 megabytes per second. Within per second, we can transfer 100 to 200 megabytes per second in the latest technology. Next one. So the overall summary is that two primary difference between the magnetic disk and the semiconductor memory technologies are the disk having slower access time. Comparing to SRAM and DRAM, magnetic disk having slower access time because it is a mechanical device and it is a mechanical and an external device. Flash is 1000 times as fast as DRAM, and DRAM is 10,000 times faster than 10,000 times as faster. So comparing to magnetic disk, flash is 100 times faster, that is flash memory is 100 times faster, and DRAM is 10,000 times faster. So they have very high storage capacity at the model cost. Disk is in 10 to 100 times cheaper. The disk in the magnetic disk is cheaper. 10 to 100 times it is cheap. Magnetic disk is a non-volatile like flash, but unlike flash, they are non-write wear-out problem. In flash, we have wear-out problem, but in magnetic disk, we don't have that wear-out problem. However, flash is much more rugged and help a better match to inherit in personal mobile device. That is, magnetic disk can't be connected in our mobile disk, but nowadays the flash memory, that is like USB or pen drive, we can be connecting in our mobile device. And click. So friends, give some answers for this question through chat or by unmuting yourself. If you're not willing, then I can tell the answer.
Wait, Jayasuriya, let they answer. Let they try.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, students, reply. Circuits that can hold their state as long as power is applied is. Anyone? Unmute and reply.
Static memory, ma'am.
Yes, now you reply, Jayasuriya, whether
Yes,
right
ma'am,
or
correct,
wrong.
ma'am.
Yes,
Correct.
that you interact with your friend. Who answered?
Abhinav.
Abhinav.
Gautam.
Abhinav, good. Fine.
Anyone other than Abhinav Gautam? Last two are most easiest question. I mean, third one is most easiest. Easy
Okay,
one.
second question. In a SDRAM, each row is refreshed every 64 millisecond. True or false? Anyone other than Abhinav? Unmute and reply. Yes. Reply, students. Girls. In a SDRAM, each row is refreshed every 64 millisecond. True or false? See, your friend has covered SDRAM.
Maybe I didn't give that value.
Yeah. You are not given value, but you have.
Value in the PPT.
See. You are not given value, but there is a point here. If every bit need to read or write again in DRAM, constant refreshment should be done.
DRAM and SRAM is both are similar, no, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, dear.
Synchronous DRAM. Yes, say true or false, students. Unmute and reply.
True, ma'am.
True.
Yes, correct.
Yes. Third question. Flash memory is a non-volatile storage device in which data?
Can be erased electrically.
Yes, correct, ma'am.
Yes, fine. Good. That's it, right?
Yes.
Good. Good presentation, good points gathered.
Thank you, ma'am.
Fine. Within a short duration, even completing your CIA 3, you have prepared the topic, neatly presented, and for a better interaction session, you have framed some questions also.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Yes. Kindly message in your chat box and appreciate your friend. Let it be the motivation for him. Students, whoever have listened seminar, any doubt if you have, you can post in chat box or you can unmute and reply. Ask if you need to be clarified with any. I hope all are listening your seminar well.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Your friends are encouraging you. Jayasuriya. Okay, students, you passed this presentation in the student group, Jayasuriya.
Okay, ma'am.
And related with this topic, I'll send the notes and still more videos. Again, will make your friends to recap your points well. Okay, I'll guide you through that.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Any other doubt you have, students, regarding memory technologies? All have performed CIA 3 well. Unmute and reply.
I performed well, ma'am.
Fine, good. What about remaining students? Ati, Asha. தியரி சப்ஜெக்ட் பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் டைம் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் கொஞ்சம் பார்த்து பண்ணணும். ஓகேவா, அதுல ஒரு டிராபேக் இருக்கும். I'll discuss with the faculty members. Normally for 2 marks, how much of lines you have to write. Similarly for part B questions, how much side of pages you have to be covered. Part C similarly. That I'll discuss and tell you. Okay, or I'll post in the students group results so that you will be correctly analyzing those questions. You will have an answer open book test. You have to manage time, so thereby you should not give more time for one particular question to cover more pages, leaving some questions in a very short, so you will not automatically get a secure full mark like 13 14. That will see to that, no issues. Okay, any other doubt? Okay, tomorrow who is the person who is going to prepare? Oh, name list.